the frothing waters subside, the advantage is ours.
HTC got molested. It's just too bad. So doesn't want to pray anymore. Alright, let's go take a look at our setups. So really what we should go do is the Siren. There's almost no reason not to do the Siren right now. Toll Pounder's better value in terms of rewards, but we have a 15% damage buff, which we should use to make bosses easier every time we get that option. So that's where we're going. Let's go kill the Siren. Aqua, you feeling aggressive today, mate? I've been noticing you timing out the regulars a lot today. Anything going on? You want to talk about it, man? So where are we bringing? We know where we're going. Who are we bringing? That's what we need to decide right now. Let's take a look. Don't care about the item. We do have an abomination. I want to use the abomination. Do I want to use the abomination versus the? I don't know, man. I don't know. What are we bringing to Inchoate Flesh? My most worried fight right now. Not too worried about Siren. Siren's annoying, but it's not that bad. So I guess I bring a Plague Doctor. Could bring Karmakoa, rather. Bring Eisenhower. Got a Night Owl, Cove Tactician, Fated Slugger. This is actually perfect for this fight. That's who we're probably bringing then. And I like Grave Robber in this fight. We have a Grave Robber. It's really reasonable. She can do damage, decent damage for pretty much all the positions. Means healer in position 2 again. And we could go cure that disease we just picked up, which would be really nice. Except our disease was level 2. We could cure Aqua's disease. Except Aqua needs to be dealt with. He's Hylomania and I don't want him stealing my shit. We might end up pushing someone into level 27 of 36. Did I forget to take off the experience item too? I think I did. Shit. On my level 2 guy. Damn it. I did forget to do that. Witness Night Owl. HCC on this. 27 of 36. What is the expedition experience for a boss? I think it's 8. Yeah, it is 8. 8 will put him at 35. It's perfect. Okay. Yeah, it sucks, Bogedo. Sucks when you get the RNG on that. So this with the Bounty Hunter. Aqua's disease is not curable. Have you tried putting him in the sanitarium yet, veteran? You might feel better. Can I do another front rank instead? Do Crusader here. Problem with my bounty hunter is my bounty hunter's gonna level. And he's gonna put our second one at level 5. We don't need a bounty hunter for pretty much any of the remaining fights. I mean, he's okay. It's just, what are we? This is only Siren too, so we still have crew. Man, why do I feel like we're so slow on the progress? Crusader's good versus crew. Just not sure I want to level a bounty hunter to 5 right now. That's what the sanitarium is, Aqua. What if I brought an underleveled healer to the cove? Does that seem clever?
A generous bestowal.
Erdos says, just found you on YouTube a few days ago and love the way you play. I'd like to be added to the list of recruits on XCOM. Can do, man. You're currently 3rd in line, so you gotta hope for some deaths, but not too many deaths to the end. The run ends. But thank you very much for the donation, man. I'm glad you found my channel. What if I brought a level 2 boss, level 2 healer instead of level 4 healer? Feels kind of bad. Where's my level 3 healer? What if I brought Oak Dragon? Seems better. Yeah, let's bring Oak Dragon. And then... See, there's a way you can game this boss, right? The boss always steals the lowest debuff resist character. That's always who she targets. And you can make her take the Vestal, for example. And taking the Vestal is not that big a deal. And then we can just continue to dump damage into the boss. So, I think it's going to be this. We don't have a stress healer right now, so a Crusader would be extremely nice for that. How close did we get? 8 would put us at 34. 34 is not leveled. I think we're going to bring a stress healer. I think we're bringing this crew right here. No, I don't have those solitaire because I've reinstalled my system since that happened, Sully, so I need them again. Also, guys, if and when, maybe we can add this to that command. If you guys send me XCOM characters, remember the way I import them in a game that's already in progress means I have to type in their exact name. So it's better if you don't have, well, actually, I just print screen the shot. It doesn't make that much of a difference. But if you try to match up your character name with your sub name, it helps me immensely for finding that. So. Oh, right. Check to make sure if the quest is Resolve XP or Virtue XP. It is Resolve, isn't it? Shit. Damn. So I actually am going to level... That'll give me 12. What's 33% of 8? It's less than 4. So that won't level. That will be fine. But it does fuck up my Crusader, doesn't it? So I have no stress healing on this again. Oh. Yeah, too hollow. There was someone who fucked up their export. Someone sent me a blank character export. And I can't remember if it might have been you, Too Hollow, but I haven't imported them, but I put them in the pool to import. Can't actually import till I'm in the game, but anyways. What are we doing with this front rank? I want a stress healer because this is the Cove, and Cove is free stress healing, and it seems really stupid not to take advantage of that. I could bring a Hound to this situation, but the Hound is just worse in this fight than a lot of other fights because you get shuffled quite a lot. And I don't get Jesters, so it's really Crusader or bust. Yeah, I know, Aqua, but the problem with saying something like that, or it's always fine to be under 4, you can just level another one, is at some point you reach a spot where it's no longer fine to level another one, which is the worry. I want a stress healer. It is a boss. Yeah, about this. It's kind of making me less happy about this. I could do a much more static group with the Houndmaster there. Just doesn't do any fucking damage in position 1. And it only stretch those in position 3 and without the... Yeah, this feels so much worse. Well, I could game this a little bit, right? If I remember to not be a scrub about this, I could bring the healing item and just transfer it to the Crusader at the end. So that they'll get minus... Let's do that. Let's not be a scrub about it. Alright. So we'll bring this. We just have to remember to transfer the minus resolve experience item to the Crusader. So. You can repost the question, Nusker Kex. I just didn't see it. All right, so what do we want? She is Eldritch. We want speed on the stress healer. We want minus resolve on the healer. We want the most overpowered item in the game on the Plague Doctor. We want Eldritch damage here, probably. Take speed on the Plague Doctor as well. I would take... It's a boss fight. I guess we're not going to go skimp on the food. Stress resist is a thing. And damage is a thing. Accuracy. Kind of weak on stun right now, so we have some stun there. Actually have a damage stone. It's not even terrible right now. It's 10% damage at no downside to the grave robber. It's hard to get damage on a grave robber. I could bring the head. Two item slots left. Bring second stun here. It's not terrible. Bring damage. I like damage versus Eldritch. The alternative item would be like double Bloodthirst and bring one less. Okay. So two of them brings me down from 20 to 10. 10's a single stack. That's at least one benefit. Let's do that. So speed, stress, accuracy. Damage. Alright. How do I feel about Dark Crowns, Moonrings, and items like that are over budget in terms of value to help against stacked odds on no limit light, limiting trinket choice of diversity? If you're going to fix by exchange for back trinket, still seems to lack something. Yeah, I mean, that's why we're doing it with the Moonrings. At least the stress items, the minus stress item. Dark Crown is by far the best minus stress item in the game for no light runs, absolutely. But it at least feels like there's an option. When you're bringing a stress resist item compared to a either plus healing, plus speed, or plus damage item, there's some choice to be made. When you bring in a Moonring, you just always bring a Moonring. So that's why we're exchanging Moonrings for backer items, is because we want some diversity in our item choice. It's really fun playing with new trinkets and using trinkets that you wouldn't use otherwise. So yeah, that's why we're doing that. All right, guys are picked. Let's go ahead and make sure they're leveled. They're not at the moment all leveled. Well, that guy, we need incision for this fight. Stuff looks good. Why are they not sorted by activity? What do I think about them being so strong? When John asked for feedback months and months and months ago when I first beat NG+, they asked for NG+ feedback, and I told them about Moonrings then. So it's probably just not that high on the priority list, honestly, and we can play around it. Okay, so weapons are upgraded, items are upgraded. We need to go deal with the quirking people. Clumsy on both are highwaymen. I kind of want to keep unyielding. Tempted to lock that. The runs. Fits. I need Hylomania gone. You can read that letter too, Nusker Kex. If you haven't done it, it's up on my my Reddit if you want to be curious what I thought about the balanced portions of the game. I think the game's amazing. I think it's if you haven't bought it, you absolutely should. It's a phenomenal game. But I do think there are some balanced things that would be nice to have addressed. What are we doing with this? We have one more to throw in here. It's very tempting to do Rakusa right now. It's going to be expensive to do this though. And I don't know. Unyielding. It's just so strong versus... What is this character going to be doing? What's Matter got? We have Slugger and Quick Reflexes. What's Matter have? Because Quick Reflexes. Slugger is actually really, really good on this character. The only other thing would be one of the Eldritch ones. If we could get one of the Eldritch bonuses, that'd be really, really nice. Unyielding on a fragile character, though. Kind of nice. NG plus tweaks plan. Cool. That was nice to hear. A bit low on cash to be locking in more things. We have 3 Crusader. We have some items we can sell to make up for this. Shit, I don't have a Plague Doctor herb here. This is actually one of the fights where I like it. Let's do it. Let's grab this. Let's go ahead and take a look at our trinkets one last time. So I was running Swift Cloak. Do I want to drop Swift Cloak for herb? Yeah, but I want to do it differently. So I want to run herb here. Maybe I just get off the food thing right now. Actually, that would be fine. Bring damage for the boss. Damage for the boss sounds fine. Alright, let's sort by rarity again. And let's sell off the 2 extras of these. And that should give us enough money to make it through this fight. We can sell the Ancestor Scroll. Okay. Let's go ahead and provision. Advertise poll. Yep. All right, guys. So this week I'm currently streaming 3 campaigns of 3 games that I'm super enjoying. I'm enjoying Darkest Dungeon, XCOM 2, Long War, and EU4 right now. I'm streaming all 3 of those this week. However, I stream 4 days a week, and I have 3 games. It doesn't really work out evenly, so go vote for the game you'd like to see appear more often. I may do this weekly. I may just do this one week to see how it works out. So let me know. We've run this poll now twice during EU4 streams, so EU4 is in the front. Go vote if you want to do more Darkest Dungeon. Go vote. If you want to see other games, let us know too. But anyways, go vote for that. All right, so this is Siren. We want to bring holy water. I want to bring 6 holy water. I want keys. This is somewhere where you bring shovels, and we have cures. Okay, I think we're pretty good here right now. Let's get to it. Oh no, we're not good. We don't have medicinal herbs. What am I saying? Someone just slap me when I say we're good and we don't have medicinal herbs in the cove. Okay, but people are in the sanitarium. I think we're using 2 of 2 in sanitarium right now. And other than that, let's go.
In financial desperation, I struck a bargain with the ancient things that surfaced in search of sacrifice when the moon was right. Their price was the delivery of an obscure idol, and one other item of more troubling portent. The pact struck. My newfound accomplices slipped silently beneath the brackish water. A fearful stirring at the edge of the torchlight betrayed a familiar witness, and gifted me with malign inspiration.
Malign inspiration. Got it.
I always wondered what became of the unfortunate little waif.
All right, we're doing some inventory management here. We're gonna just keep an item slot open for now. I need to put Bloody Herb on towards the end of the mission, and we need to change some skills over when we get to the end of the mission. Because at the moment, these are the right skills, but when I get to the boss fight, I want our Crusader dodged. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how you guys knew Wayne ahead of time when you picked him for the casting for the voice in this game, but it was a really good pick for you guys.
Reward for a task well performed.
The atmosphere of this game is just phenomenal. Alright. Found another trap. It's lucky.
Mind that such missteps are the exception.
Found a map.
And not the rule.
Good. Got a room battle with Curio. Room battle with treasure. Room battle with treasure. Okay, we got some fights coming up. I need to maximize value out of this as well as taking the boss fight. We have damage buffs for this, which is great. This is a holy water one, right? Yeah, I think so though. Alright, let's stun these two. So we have another high damage deal, high back rank damage dealer. Apparently rolled super low on the speed roll. See what comes out of this. Particle barrier and that guy is fine. Just narrating Lovecraft novels? I didn't know that. That's interesting. 9 damage is pretty unlikely. I think let's just get rid of this guard. Yeah. Still a chance he goes first. Too bad. So we're gonna eat a stress nuke. Could have done that other way around. We would have eaten a stress nuke either way, I suppose. Don't mind killing this guy.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Get our Pelagic Guardian heal. John, this is perhaps something that needs to be nerfed. Please tell me you've seen this. I know you've seen this. If you watched my stream before, you've seen this. Is that 1 health? Dead.
A death by inches.
Still stun resistant. We'll just fish for a crit.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Could heal or could stun. Stun. This is a chance to get a crit on the character who needs the stress healing. Okay. Stun through that was unexpected. But I kind of wanted to do damage there. Do you mod the game so skills don't give torch anymore? I did, because I like the option of diversity of character classes, and I hate the fact when I go into a no-light run I can't use the Crusader, the Arbalist, or the Vestals, or half the Vestal's abilities because they give plus light. So yes, I removed the plus portion, the plus light portion of those skills when I play in no light. And we'll just abuse the hell out of this poor Guardian. Give us the sweet, sweet stress healing, please. He may crit us, but we have infinite rounds to deal with it and get it down to 0.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
Octo tank. Yeah. Oh, I definitely agree that it's hard to kill it in 2 rounds. But if you're gonna individually adjust the stall timer for specific monsters, which I'm not sure is a good idea anyways, because it makes it harder for players to learn and more of a pain in the ass for you guys to balance and redo regularly. He needs to have a non-zero. He needs to have a non-2-turn timer, but it can't be as high as infinite because you can full stress heal off him every single fight, and it makes the Cove as a whole an easier dungeon, as just a class, right? As a location to go to, it makes the Cove then the easiest dungeon to go to. You're forced to bring a Plague Doctor because the crab gives a bleed, and the crab is one of the big guys you fight. And you're forced to bring a stress healer because you can't just pass up infinite free stress healing. And it kind of just kills the diversity of that. It's boring for the viewers. It makes you feel a little cheesy as you're doing it, but shit, it's free money, free stress healing, free. You can do ridiculous things with it too. You can do things like force negative quirks. You can force virtues if you want to do this, right? So you could bring every guy, bring him to 100 stress, or bring him one at a time to 100 stress, and then heal him down to 0 stress with stress healing, and then repeatedly look to get virtue chances off the stress stuff. If you had the patience for doing it, you could go into every boss fight totally stacked out with virtues in the Cove. Now we don't do that because, yeah, but we do the stress healing because it feels like it's there. Just like in the Darkest Dungeon missions, the final 4 missions, the DD missions, there's stress healers in there specifically for us, the zombies and stuff like that. I don't know. I like the stress healing mechanic. I don't like the infinite stress healing mechanic. It's tedious. What are we doing with this? This is a really nasty group. We have a ghoul who we don't want to have allow to act. We have a thrall who we have to kill within the 2nd round, or he does massive amounts of damage.
Eradicated.
And what is ghoul dead? It would be insane without recovery fights. No, I agree. Recovery fights are great, but infinite recovery fights are not great. Is there a way to carry virtues between dungeons? There's not. Cool damage. I think he's gonna act again. We can actually kill this ghoul potentially. Didn't get it though. Most of the other size 2 characters are dangerous enough that you really can't play with them endlessly. But the Bleeded Guardian alone just isn't dangerous enough. Especially with stuns, you can stun them every other round for it to be a problem. You know, honestly, I wonder, after that experience with the no stun run, and how much of a difference it made, I'd be really curious to see if the stun buff was a 3-round buff as opposed to a 1-round buff. So you just couldn't chain stun or drag out stuff with that. I think the game would be extremely interesting, where your stuns are essentially a one-shot deal. You can stun a character once in a round, but if you're looking for a 2nd or 3rd time to stun them, it's gonna have to be really spaced out. I mean, as it is right now, what's the strategy for dealing with a shambler? You stack double stun items and you hope you can stun through his stun resist. Half the bosses are like that too. Half the bosses are stunnable, which is just crazy talk. Alright, I think it's time we put on our items. I want the inventory space, so let's grab the Swift Cloak back on the characters that I'm going to run it on. Grab the Onyx. We have 5 shovels, and I am greeting that a little bit hard, but this dungeon has so many curios that require shovels that I'm hoping to get some of those out of the inventory very, very soon here. Do we still have the command for the, oh god, that was a brutal round. Do we still have the command for the letter? A lot of that is addressed in that letter. Let's stun the grouper.
Annihilated.
I mean, the best strategy right now that we've encountered, I mean, I say we, as the DD community, talking with other DD streamers and stuff like that, is just speed and stuns, right? It beats all situations, speed and stuns. And it's too bad, because it means things like debuffs. Like, I had so much fun using the Man-at-Arms and the no stun run, because suddenly one of the debuffs that you'd never ever use in a normal circumstance became unbelievably powerful. And that was really awesome. That was really awesome to have a skill become available because stun wasn't always a better option.
Obliterated.
So I mean, like right here, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna stun. I'm gonna stun for as long as much as I possibly can. I'm gonna recover entirely off the Guardian. Kill this grouper, then we'll heal up off the Guardian.
Their formation is broken.
And then we'll stress heal.
Maintain the offensive.
Yeah. I think crit us a couple times. Unfortunately, we're now gonna go faster than our really Crusader first right now. This girl's speed 11. Crusader's speed 6 right now. Must have rolled an 8. That's what I was kind of expecting to see. No, I'm not saying that, Die. I'm saying that I think the stun resist buff should be a actual buff. Most buffs are, every other buff in the game is 3 rounds, right? That's the only buff I know of that's a 1-round buff. Because right now, what can I do? I can just chain stuns. I can do this with 2 guys. I can do this with, you know, bosses. I can do this with whatever the fuck I want. How does speed work? Speed is your... top speed goes first. I don't know what happens with ties. I don't know how they resolve ties at all. That's actually, we have a dev in the channel. You could ask him. But there's a hidden roll behind the scenes. I believe it's a 1 to 8 that is added to this. And it's just going to be, the speed roll is determined at the start of the round. So if you use a speed buff mid-round, it's not going to change the order of the round. But basically what happens is you all roll, and the guys at the top round, your score you have plus the hidden roll, the highest number goes first. I don't know what they do with ties. I think the debuffs and buffs tend to see more play on NG plus because HP pools are larger. That's funny. I feel like the opposite. I feel like in NG plus I can't afford to not stun because I can get 2-shot in NG plus. My HP pool feels so much smaller that leaving enemies that are partially controlled, like they're debuffed but they're not fully stun locked, is more dangerous for me in NG plus than I do in non-NG plus. And maybe doubly so because I play most of these in pitch black. It's too bad too, because things like the dodge mechanic are nearly useless in pitch black. You start a 35 dodge character. It basically starts at neutral. It starts at 0 dodge in an NG plus no light, no stun run versus most of the things you want them to dodge. And dodge is an incredibly powerful ability, if you could actually dodge things. But dodge makes a character totally useless if you're dealing with like a jester. It's super low HP, high dodge. It's just a 2-shot nightmare in an NG plus no light run because it can't actually dodge because it doesn't have enough dodge to deal with the fact the lights are out and the enemies get additional accuracy. But then you can't use him because you just don't have enough HP to use him without the dodge mechanic. Alright, we are stress sealing off him, but we're using this as a time to talk. I feel kind of bad sometimes when we have devs on the channel and we're like talking about the balance of the game. I like to get it out there, but I love this game. I don't want to like... You may get tired, I imagine, of going into every channel and all the stream being about asking you about the balance and what's happening and do you think this should be changed? Do you think this should be changed? So maybe we won't do that quite as much. Oh yeah, the enemy... No, I understood, Red Hook, or John rather, that you were talking about the enemy pools and therefore there is some time to use debuffs. But it feels like debuff for me is almost always competitive against the stun. What am I going to use this turn? Am I going to use a debuff or a stun? And it feels like the harder the level, you know, level 5s compared to level 3s, no light compared to light, NG plus compared to no NG plus, the harder the level, the less likely it is that I'm going to choose anything over a stun. Because the monsters that are uncontrolled just are so much more powerful. So I hear what you said, but that's what I was saying. It seems funny to me that that's what you guys are finding. It just feels like I still wouldn't bother. All right, there's no... I'm gonna come back this way so I can leave this chest item right now. Our inventory is getting kind of full for this. We want to save camping for the boss, for the damage buffs. We don't actually have very many damage buffs in this group. Perhaps we could camp ahead of time. Let's see. Hoping to get rid of this shovel. Yeah, I can get rid of the shovel right there.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Oops, should have tossed the anti-venom for that. We're gonna fill that slot anyway, so I'm not worried about it, but... Yeah, and it's nice that you get the stats out of it in the background, because I don't have any access, of course, to the stats. I have stats training, I'd love to see him, but I don't get to see that. That's the fun part of the information you guys get as devs. Why am I not stressing against so many turns against one enemy? Yeah. Why? I'm cheating.
A powerful blow.
Look, they're both stunned. I don't have to worry about any incoming damage or any incoming stress this round. Debuff would have put them at like a chance to do less things to me, right? And now we abuse speed to go first. And he doesn't get an action off, we can stress heal. And I mean, I like a degree of recovery. I don't want recovery totally out of it. You'd never be able to cast a stress heal ever again if you didn't have time to recover. But this sometimes feels a little OP. What are we doing about the gold here? Hate to do it, but I think we are throwing away a ruby. Alright, we're not coming back this way, so let's use the shovel here.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Neat. Alright, stun the grouper. Ow. Very nice.
Subscriber
Look to kill the grouper.
It fills you with determination.
Oh, 1 health. Schrodinger's! Thanks for the sub, man. How is it possible to keep stress so low in the dark? High speed, lots of stuns. If the enemy can't attack you, they can't stress damage you. Alright, more loot. What are we doing?
So too will resistance.
And stress healing, of course. Can I afford another shovel here? Yeah, that's the last shovel I can afford. Okay. Why did I not go to the boss right away? Because I'm hoping not... Because... There's some argument here that could go either way. The general thought process is lots of times dungeons, especially if they're linear, this isn't a linear dungeon, there's some loops in here that you could do, so it's not quite as bad as walking all the way there and walking all the way back. But a lot of times what you want to do is you want to hoard items that you're going to get rid of. So by leaving a bunch of stuff at the end that I can go collect, I can hold on to a bunch of items I need to clear the rest of the dungeon, then throw them out right as I get all the loot. Why am I not doing it here? In part because I'm just playing by kind of heuristics. I'm not thinking particularly for this one compared to the other ones. Arguably I could have gone all the way to the boss and came back. What I'm trying to do just as a whole in this dungeon is my gold reserves are low, so I am trying to come out ahead in gold, which means I need to really spend a lot of time with the items to interact with over here. But yeah, I am making some hard decisions and throwing it out. I'm already maxed out in heirlooms though, so anytime I really need gold I can just toss toss heirlooms for gold. So yeah, I don't know. On a boss, like my general rule of thumb for bosses is that I really want to camp right before the boss, because there's all sorts of nasty shit that can go wrong before here in the boss, right? So I can get a shambler, and if I retreat from a shambler, it's guaranteed 30 to 40 stress on all my characters, probably with bleeds and dots, and possibly with some death door ticks even before I can get away from the shambler, which means that I really want to have. I don't want to fail a boss run. I have everything set up for this boss. I have the character classes, the items, I have the resolve buff, and everything else. So I want to maximize my chance going into the boss, and I'm going to kill it. And for me, that means holding on to the emergency reserve items like the firewood and the camping stuff, the extra food, and things like that. I need to hold on to the holy waters for this. It's kind of... It's no right answer to which way to do it.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
But my habit tends to be don't fuck around in the bosses because they're scary. No, I can't sell heirlooms for gold. It's just I can toss the inventory space. This guy hit me yet? Not yet. Alright, Crab. You're gonna stress heal me. Work with me, Crab. No, that's not great. You're a very fast healer. You might take the damage before acting. He's dead. Stun the Crab. But I don't want to be out of this position. Shamblers are just a scary fight, man. They're just a very, very, very hard fight.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Probably gonna die this round. Do I want it to die this round? Yeah. I guess I'm okay with that.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Speaking of, I will toss that for gold. And I guess I'm tossing the other round of crests. I do need some crests. But we chose to do it this way, so. Do I really think the Darkest Dungeon debuff is terrible? -2 accuracy, -5 damage, -1 speed, plus 10% stress damage. I'm not sure what you're asking about, Seven Sane. What is that a reference to? Recovery buff. Right. Death's Door. Do I think the DD buff is terrible? It screws up your speed ordering is the biggest part. I mean, it's just an all-around nasty debuff to have Death's Door debuffs. I do think it's nasty. There's a lot of like, little small things in there that can add up to kill you. I mean, that's what kills you in these games, right? It's the little small things that add up. The extra curio quirk that makes you do something stupid when you need to take an action. The you know, the going out of order from the high speed roll on the opponent and the low speed roll on your stunner. The Death's Door 66% chance failing you 4 times in a row, or the you know, your healer not resisting that blight off that crit. It's just that's the type of stuff that kills you. So do I think the Death's Door debuff is super bad? No, but it starts to add up, and you're gonna get a lot of those on the harder stuff because you just can't avoid them.
Foolish horrors.
Starting to run out of inventory space though right now.
To the mud.
Pretty bad. Taking a lot of fights. We know where the boss is now. There's actually no more blockages between us and the boss. Hilarious. I guess I can toss shovels. Not a lot of fights between here and there either. Yeah, it'd be a bunch of barnacle chests for sure. We could probably get rid of keys here as well, if I remember correctly. No, there's one more room battle treasure. Ooh, 6 deeds. It's kind of valuable. That's boss. That's for pre-boss fights. We can still get shambler in between here and there, easy. And I have food pings, so I need both these. This is the nice part about bringing the bloodthirst rings that I've been using so much. I think we are going to leave deeds here. No, I think we're gonna leave skeleton key here. I don't think the goal is to... I don't actually agree with that strategy for the Siren. I don't think the goal is to avoid being mind controlled. I think the goal is to give her a character you don't care about. So I'm going to give her the healer. And you can do that by... she just takes the girl with the least... takes your character with the least amount of resist. Could get a damage buff going into the boss fight on this. It feels like it might be good. Maybe I'll camp in this room. Not sure why I did damage there. Talking too much, not thinking about my moves. That should have been a damage to the back ring. Well, heirlooms are more important when you don't have all your stuff leveled, but we're almost entirely leveled in the town, so it's a little bit less important. And we spend a lot of gold. I'm very greedy with using the sanitarium to its max. So having some funding is always helpful. It's a very weak throw. Worst of all worlds. Not the nuke, but 5 health, right? Still at 1. Yeah. Is this an over-explaining game? We seem to be doing a little bit of that, don't we? Perfect. Oh, that's less perfect. Did resist the bleed though. I'll stress heal this round instead then. We are curing a little bit. So much gold.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
So we start rolling. We know there's one fight before the boss. I kind of want to greed the buff plus greed the camp buffs. So I think plus greed the gold rather. So I think I'm going to camp here. It's a little bit bad for the reasons we talked about with the shambler.
The battle may yet be won.
Alright, what are we running? We're running no nighttime ambush. Anything else we want to run? Do we have any diseases here? I don't think we do. Why am I going through their items? I just need to look at this. At 0 stress. Yeah, that's the downside with this group, huh? No damage buffs at all. Very stress resistant, but... Okay, so we'll go Zealous Speech plus... whatever it is, so no ambush. Bring me up to 9. What am I gonna do with 3 remaining? I honestly have no idea. For once. I guess I could Bless, it's not terrible. Alright, let's do that.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Alright, damage on girl, I think. Good. No, it's just not get shamblered, right? This is a terrible group for killing the shambler. We need to change up skills before we get in there, but after this fight. You like the over-explaining? Yeah. Distracts me from the game. It's the only downside with doing that. I don't probably want to come back this way. That's how greedy I feel like being. We can make a decision afterwards, I suppose. See you, John. Looking forward to the expand, mate. Alright. Let's dive in there. All the deep's damage buff. We can live with that. Sunrings. Rods. Him. Yeah, we can full stress you off the Guardian. Alright. Dots or stuns? Stuns in that round. Oh. Late in the round, barnacle berry is kind of not what I wanted to see. But I can blinding gas that. It's fine then. Always interesting talking with the devs of that. It's one of the things I really like about the Darkest Dungeon devs. They've been really, at least with this channel and this game, they've been very communicative with me, which I like. Nice dodge. Only downside with stacking up blights like this is you run the chance that he'll crit you, and then you can't control when he dies. Not a fan of the dev cold shoulder. I just prefer to know what they're thinking behind it. I prefer to be able to give input. Alright, get wrecked, Guardian. Yeah, so much money in this run.
Triumphant pride precipitates.
Alright, we're leaving all the rest of this stuff till after the boss fight. So we can get rid of a lot of inventory space with that. Okay, we need to turn on, we need to step out. Oh shit. First thing I need to close that window because I'm not seeing shit. Second thing is I just lost volume. Let's see if I can get it back. There we go. Okay. And so take a look. Step out into corridor. This can spawn new fights, which just didn't. Awesome. So now we need to change things around. Alright. You need to turn off blinding gas. Blinding gas? Yeah. For stab, you look good. It's alright. It's alright. Okay. Leave the rest of the items. Need to know about that one. Alright, the next thing is items. So I have the items in the right spots. I do. So we go into this with buffs like this. So currently, if I look at this, we are 70 debuff, 60 debuff, 90 debuff, 60 debuff. The only one we need to buff right now is the Grave Robber, right? She's at 60. She needs to be at more than 60. Alright, so now they'll take the Vestal. Here we go.
The aquatic devils have remade the poor girl in their image.
Alright, just dump
She is
damage.
their queen and their slave.
Try for a stun. She's actually very stunnable. Okay, grabs the one we want. Perfect. Resisted, that's a little bit unpleasant. Okay. Grouper, it's unpleasant. Divine Grace. That's what that's called. Okay. It's like, what the fuck is Divine Grace? But it's just a heal. Okay. Alright, we gotta be a little picky about it this round. I don't want this girl going again. We can make him take it again. Actually, I think by doing this, we're going to end up screwing ourselves here. Maybe not. They're equal, and the debuff is 20, but this is 30. Okay, yeah, we can make her take the girl again. Depends if the Crusader goes first or not. Damn. Let's take my Crusader now. Maybe should have thought about that last round. Stun the grouper. Just gonna do a lot of damage to front 2 ranks. I just want damage on the boss. Okay. Ow. Ooh, can I not reach? Damn. Don't like doing damage to the grouper there. Like, I can't take a big hit from him. This would be a no damage round to the boss. Can't predict which one he's gonna hit, and he can hit either of them hard enough to bring them to 0, I think. Does that just argue for a stun? Possibly. I tied to summon. Stunner. Okay. We're still buffed here. Still buffed here. The dot because it ticks more often. Come on. These resist, man. What's her blight resist? Oh, we just resisted that. It's not really what I wanted. I don't want to be stunned. So I don't have an option. I think that was an unnecessary buff. Devourer. Don't want that crit. Crit with dots. Always bad. Shocker's a stun. Always bad as well. Another crit. So fucking tanky. Just die already. The fact that the Plague Doctor's missed 2 actions has been really bad.
The ground quakes.
She's dead, but not before she acts. She's gonna steal our character. Plus stress, so we resisted it. It's good. This actually was fairly much. This was harder than I was expecting for some reason.
Hideous matriarch, vile queen of the aphotic depths.
Get rid
She
of
has
that.
no place in the sane world.
Stun it. Try to, anyways. Just resist my stun. Fucking kidding me right now? Dodge, dodge, resist on the energized stinger. It's pretty not cool. Oh wow, we can get reinforcement Terry on this enemy. I thought all boss fights were immune from reinforcement pings. That's unexpected. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. Just picked up 7 stress for free.
This expedition at
Alright,
least
drop that, take the gold.
success.
Can't take the rest of this right now. Toss that. It actually went worse than I was expecting. Very much need to continue here. Quite a bit worse than I was expecting. Alright, let's interact here. Toss those. Grab that. Okay. Crate. Did I toss keys already? Yeah, I don't think I had keys when I came through last time. It wasn't a key one, that's right.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. A fortune waiting to be spent.
It was the double resist really screwed us with that, and it's really surprising. She doesn't have high blight resist, and we have really high blight skill chance. Kind of surprised she resisted twice in a row on the dot. I mean, she acts so many times, the dots just do insane damage to her because she has so many actions. You can hope for a guardian fight here. Got a little bit trolled, both with what we're fighting and the items over here.
Well
Good.
struck.
Gonna be at 1 health. Sucks. Oh, we did 2 damage. Never mind, we're good. One was dead anyways, that's why we took it. So we wanted to delay this just a little bit longer. We'll die at the end of next round regardless of what we do. Stress.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can
I think we
be
should just
beaten.
leave now. Alright. Ooh, I almost just clicked leave. Nope, go there. Go here. Everything else correct? I think so. Alright. That was successful, that's what we wanted. But, that fight was harder than I was expecting. Generally, Siren's pretty reasonable. Step on guard. On guard and tough. Okay. Why is dodge